of a couple.
You're listening to This Week in Property. Stay current, relevant and up to date in the world of property investment. Learn from the UK's leading property professionals and grow your property business.
Hello and welcome to This Week in Property. I am your host Richard Swan, and in today's show I had the absolute pleasure of chatting with a power team of a couple. Barry John Corr and Leeann Corr are a fantastic husband and wife team who are doing some brilliant stuff in the world of property. This has been a great conversation. I really enjoyed this, and I was always conscious of you, the listeners, listening in, because I realise you're in so many positions. Some of you are in full-time employment and you're just thinking about it. You're just thinking about property. You know, what is out there? What is possible? What's achievable? And how can that affect my life, my married life, my family life, just my life in general going forward? You know, my lifestyle and that whole work-life balance, etc. What are the rewards that are there? And indeed, what are the challenges that are out there? You know, what do you not see in some of these programmes and TV? What are some of the things that I've not thought about when I'm reading all the various books on property investing and so on? And that's where these two, Mr. and Mrs. Corr, have really helped you. They've really served you today, because it was a brilliant conversation where they laid everything open for me. They never dodged a question at all. Their energy, their enthusiasm is infectious. They are completely open and honest about challenges they've faced, problems, hassles, setbacks, how it's felt emotionally as a roller coaster journey, the ins and outs of the details that they've worked on deals in the past, deals just now, and deals that are bubbling away at the moment, the plans that they've got for the future, how it's transformed their lives, how it's affected their lives, and indeed how they came at this whole thing, the world of property investing, one by one, where Barry John took the lead first of all, and then over time Leeann followed in as well behind him. And indeed both, I explained this in the interview, but full disclosure, already know the two of them very well through working with PMW, because they've both been through our property protege training. But it's the story beyond that. It's what they actually did with that information. And it's just tremendous. The strategies, the tactics, the deals, the ins and outs. They share some of the numbers, some of the profits. They go into the ins and outs of the emotions, as I've already said, how they've dealt with it as a relationship, as a married couple, the benefits that they've got from that, and how it's affected every single part of their lives. It's tremendous stuff, very inspiring, very encouraging, and very honest and real, very genuine, which is absolutely brilliant. So you are really going to enjoy this conversation. And of course, if after listening in and to enjoying what you've heard, if you want to reach out to them and get in touch with them, connect with them, then as usual, just jump into the show notes of the page of the show and you'll be able to hook with them on the social media world that is out there. But let's get into the story. Let's hear from the people themselves. Without any further ado, Mr. Barry John Corr and Mrs. Leeann Corr. So Barry John, Leeann, great to have you on This Week in Property. Hello, and how are we doing today?
Hi, very well, Richard. How are yourself?
Hi. Hello.
Fantastic. I am looking forward to this chat, I'll tell you. We know you well. Full disclosure, we know this fantastic couple through PMW's training academy that we do with Property Protege. Listeners have heard me talking about that in the past. Very well used to going back and forth with them and getting updates from them, because we do these weekly calls with everyone that's in the Protege group. And it's fantastic hearing their stories and their ups and downs and ins and outs and the deals that they're doing. And we'll get into that. So that's the full disclosure out the way, that I do know them. But for you listeners, to get to understand them, before you hear where they are, what their journey is, what kind of things they're involved in property, let's have a wee quick dig around just on an individual basis. I would normally go ladies first, but Leeann, permit me to do Barry John, because as you know and I know, chronologically, He's the man who stepped the foot into the property world first, and then you have gracefully come in behind and tidied everything up, thank God. So on this one occasion, we'll let the man go first. So Barry John, if someone can ask, so what is it you do yourself, or what have you done in the past yourself? How would you summarise your background, the career, things you went through that then took you to where you are on this property journey?
Well, our first property we bought was 20 years ago now, in fact.
My word.
Nothing to do in the same kind of level and scale that we do today, but
right.
we've always kind of, over the years, bought one maybe every 18 months to 2 years and just done a flip. And right. We thought we were doing okay then. And it wasn't until really, kind of, was that a couple of years ago now I met you guys?
Yep. That
it really opened my eyes up to what really the opportunities that are out there. Mm-hmm. And since then, we've just sort of
exploded. Yeah. is the word I've heard used a few times. And when you were doing those things 20 years ago then, was that you? Are you doing that full time? Are you doing something else? Are you doing that on the side? What's your kind of background there?
Well, I started off professional football.
Professional football, yes.
So, as I say, professional football, but I'd always dabbled a little bit, buying a property, doing it up, selling it on, and you're thinking you're doing okay.
And why did you do that back then? Because, professional footballers, they're focused. They've got this job to do. Training, health, nutrition. What am I eating next week? What's going on here? Oh, I'm going to put a wee bet on. I'm going to go out with the boys for a poker night. We've got this vision of this lifestyle, that they don't really think about their kind of future properly, etc. What grabbed you into even thinking about doing some kind of flip on the side, for example?
Well, apart from the financial benefits from it, I've always had a keen interest in properties.
Ah, so it has been a thing, an interest, a hobby, or something you would watch on the telly all the time?
I mean, everybody saw Homes Under the Hammer, right? Which everybody thinks they can do it, but there's a lot more detail involved in it, a lot more stuff that you don't see on that programme.
Right.
But, I've also had a keen eye for when you go into something, you can visualise the bigger picture and how this might turn out at the end. Mm-hmm. And it was a sidetrack as well, as you say, rather than just kind of blowing all your money on a lot of rubbish. I was always quite kind of smart with it, and I thought property was a safe bet.
Nice one. Is that just kind of part of your background then? Is that your parents just, guiding you up right, talking about money? No, just a thing that was inside the brain?
Obviously, back when I played football, you had guys who were high earners, they were involved in stuff, and you're all in a company and you're picking up wee bits and pieces and hearing what they're doing, and probably taking a bit of advice from them back then as well. Well, it's good advice or no, looking back on it, but I've also had a keen interest in property even back then.
Fascinating. Okay. And the good lady who has came in as well and sorted out this empire and made it go bananas, finally got them doing this professionally. Leanne, what's your background? What's your kind of history that's brought you to this place?
Well, I worked in insurance for various companies, just customer service role really.
Right.
And then went on to have our first child. He's 15 now.
Wow.
And the hours didn't suit me. I wanted to be at home for the kids most of the time, well, for Dylan most of the time. Mm-hmm. And there was a job going up the road as a dental nurse. Perfect. Barry John, obviously, he was playing football at the time, so we could arrange childcare round about his hours. Right. So it was perfect. As I said, we'd got the properties in. We were looking at every stuff all the time. I didn't have a clue what we were looking for. Right. He was what other guys had told him, as he said, which was fine. I was doing my role, being a mum and working part-time.
Right.
And then when son number 2 came along, I gave up work and focused on doing all his paperwork for his business. And at that time, Barry John had to retire from football during an injury. Mm-hmm. And took over the bathrooms and kitchen side of the business as well.
Ah, right, okay.
So he done that, and that kind of just get bigger and bigger. Mm-hmm. So all I was doing was all his paperwork all the time. Mm-hmm. And then obviously he came on and done PMW. Mm-hmm. I couldn't understand how this was possible, to be honest with you.
Right.
And then when it came round again, he put me on the course, and it just opened up so many different avenues because I could understand so much more.
Yeah, that's the word, isn't it? Understand. You were seeing things. You know, as you said, you know, son number 2, and I'm starting to do the paperwork. I'm seeing bits of paper. I'm handling Barry John's invoices. You're seeing things, but you're not really understanding what's behind it all. And the kind of jigsaw puzzle, if you like. Right, interesting.
Doing it as best as you can, but until you're hearing it yourself, from yourself, Paul, Billy, and Sean, it doesn't make sense. And then you listen to them, and it's a no-brainer. Everything's just in the past. When did we do it? 6 months, 8 months ago.
That was you.
When I done it, it's just everything's just exploded. It's been great. It's been a whirlwind, but it's been a good whirlwind. Yeah,
one of those ones. It's been fantastic to watch. I mean, kind of from the outside, but obviously seeing you, working with you, but from the outside, it's just been a wonderful story. And that's why I was so keen to have you on, because it's the listeners. I'm always thinking of the listeners, you know. So I've done some interviews this morning for the podcast, and their companies and services, and that might be of interest to a lot of the listeners. That's cool. So we can bring them in and we showcase them, and we spread their message. That's brilliant. The more people we can help. But the likes of yourselves, there will guaranteed be tons of listeners who are thinking, aye, that's me and my husband. I want that. Or that's me and my wife. I want better flexibility. I want to be able to do the childcare thing that I've just heard Leanne talking about. I want that. And yeah, I'm the same as Barry John. I kind of watch homes in their have, diddled with a wee few, one refurb every 2 years type thing. I want more than that. So that's why I'm so keen for them to hear your story. And it's a fantastic journey you're on. Of course, it never ends. You're always going to keep going, of course, as we all do. That's something we always talk about. We're never a finished article, which is tremendous. But Barry John, if I rewind back to those, the kind of 20 years ago, etc., 15 years ago, doing those jobs, so where are we then? Is it all bitey flips? Are we grabbing stuff for portfolios? What kind of things are we doing back then?
Back then, it was just purely flips. Nothing like back then. It was just, even the way we bought it was slightly different from what we do now. Like the whole different, you know. It was a bit kind of naive, no education behind it. It's just really excitement.
Because it is a buzz, isn't it? You do get a buzz out of it, you know.
Yeah. So it's just a case of buying a property, adding a bit of value, and hoping you're going to get a return on it.
One of those cross fingers jobs, yeah. You always see that at the end of it. I'm not trying to slate homes on their hand. It's a brilliant show and entertainment and stuff, but you get to that end and it's almost like they're crossing their fingers, like, how did it turn out? How much did we lose? How much of a mess was the project, etc.?
Back then, that was exactly us. You're hoping.
Was it?
We never knew. In fact, now we know what we know now.
Yeah.
Back then, we were just sat behind. It was a good experience.
Of course, yeah.
It's probably kind of got us in good stead now for what we do now.
Yeah.
The stuff that we used to do, and it's just ridiculous. It really is.
You shake your head thinking about it. We definitely all do that. I mean, even the likes of Paul himself, you know, Paul McFadden, the man himself with the name on the door above the company, he's still talking about that. You know, he looks back and thinks, oh my God, what was I doing with that? And why did I get into that project and stuff? It's bonkers, but it's great to see as well, because it doesn't show you the mess you were in or the stupidity or the mistakes. No. It's showing you how good you are now. It's showing you how on top of you are and how accomplished and professional you've made it become, which is fantastic to see. You know, it's tremendous. Were you hands-on at all? Were you getting stuck in about it, doing any trades? Were you standing back? Were you the kind of project manager back then? How was it working?
Back then I wasn't, but then a couple of years later, as I said, we touched on, we've got a bathrooms kitchen business as well.
Yes.
Then I was a bit more hands-on then.
Right.
So yeah. But even now, all our guys do our own refurbs because we've built up our own team over the years.
Brilliant.
So they take care of that. And now, when we go and view a property now, we're pretty accurate now with the terms of the refurb costs within a 10-minute walk around. I find that side of things not too bad at all.
Yeah.
Which is, again, it's just over the years you're building yourself up all the time.
Yeah.
From the experience of buying in a stupid way back 20 years ago, and then building up the experience of the refurbs. It's all together now, and it goes well.
Tremendous.
As well, working since Leanne's came on board with me.
Yeah.
It's really helped a lot because she only just heard me talk about things and looking up bits and pieces, but never knew most of the stuff I'm talking about. But now she knows exactly what's what, and it's definitely beneficial for both of us.
Yeah, totally. Brilliant. And you've seen that, Leanne. I mean, we touched upon that. So you then saw it with your own eyes. So, Barry Jones went through his training and stuff. And, whatever the training's been, BMW, elsewhere, it doesn't matter. Someone's went through training. Hopefully it's good. And then the partner comes in as well. They go through it. So you're hearing the same message, the same ideas and strategies and stuff. And then it's almost as if the two, you can talk the same language, isn't it? Have you felt that finally you were like, right, now I can ask him about this? Because I was always curious about that when I saw the paperwork, what he meant by that. Has it really helped bond that communication for the both of you?
It definitely has. And see, even doing the same course together, obviously John came back and done the same one as me. I'm picking up things that he's not picking up and vice versa.
Right, interesting.
If something comes up and he says, I need to check and see, maybe ask Paul or Richard or whatever about that. And I'll say, I remember that on the course.
Ah, right.
Got it all written down. Because you're both picking up in different things all the time.
Exactly.
So
we can't remember everything. We can't. What was that bit? I missed that. I didn't quite understand it. Yep.
There's obviously so much information. You can't take it all in the one sitting. So it was good that we could bounce off each other and we both remembered different parts of the day, of the week. We also remembered obviously the same stuff, but just wee things. It did definitely, like there was something came up the other day in one of the refurbs and it was getting a skip permit. And I'm saying something came up because we had to park it in the pavement. We'll need to see if we need a skip permit.
Right.
We were absolutely fine, but that's something before we wouldn't really have thought about.
Yep, of course.
That's just a small thing, but it could have been a big thing if we did need one. It could be a lot of money.
Of course.
Something like that you don't think of. It's the basics are covered right up through to the most important things. So with me going in as a total novice, just for looking at things Barry John done in the past, I've picked up so much, understand so much more. Even your navigation tools, how to search for houses.
Right, this kind of thing.
I was doing it wrong and saying, I can't find anything at all. So obviously, Sean had said, right, this is how you're doing it. I was going in and doing a simple search, but now we're finding more and more stuff all the time.
Brilliant, yeah. And I mean, we should probably let the listeners come into the private joke that with the wee call during the week, and Sean McIntyre, one of the lead trainers for the company, he picked up on this. He said, make sure you tell them, make sure you remind them about that time Barry John said to me, there's no deals, I can't find anything. But as you say, through wee simple tweaks and stuff, all of a sudden, the curtain lifts and you can see what's always been there, if you like, in front of you, which is fun. That's interesting. So but it makes sense. You're that blank canvas. Barry John's been doing stuff, as he said himself, he now does it radically different, but he's been in the game, if you want to call it that way, whereas you've not. Complete blank canvas, fresh pair of eyes, sitting there and saying, okay, talk to me about stuff. And because of that kind of novice mentality, you're being wide open to everything, you are thinking about things, picking up things that he's not maybe thought of, and you're helping each other, plugging in those gaps. That's fantastic.
Other people about it as well, because then you're explaining it in the most basic of terms.
Yes,
because
exactly.
From how I used to do it, I'm looking at it how the right way is to do it.
Brilliant.
So it's definitely helped bouncing ideas off each other, and it has just been so much easier. And another thing, I was away on a school trip to Skye the other day with our youngest daughter.
Yeah.
If I was working a full-time job, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
I still had to send emails and check things out in the bus. We were away to Edinburgh, so it was quite a wee bit in the bus. So it let you check things out on the bus and get emails and still being able to make phone calls.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to have the luxury of doing that in a full-time job.
I think so true. One as well, see, because we're out there and doing it, rather than just, you've been given all the tools, all the education, but now you learn so much quicker just getting out there and doing it. Sure, you might make a few mistakes along the way, but you're always learning and you won't make that mistake again.
Yeah.
We're always kind of just working away all the time.
Yeah, no, that is a brilliant point, yeah. And we always stress that, of course. We tell them during the courses, like Protégé, listen, it's not about the information, you can get that anywhere. Go away and, save your money and buy some books on Amazon. There's loads of books, there's loads of information, you're right. And we could sit there and we could give information during our courses, for example. But if that man or woman doesn't then go and action it, take the action that you two have done, then it doesn't matter. The information's pointless, I'm trying to remember the way kind of Peter Sage puts it. Something like, if you don't know, or if you do know but you don't do it, it's the same as not knowing. It's one of those things. He puts it in a certain way, and it's so true. You've got to do that. And then, as you said to yourself, that's where you're tripping up over things. That's where you'll do. Oh God, that's right. I'm not do that the next time. I went, right, so that's 500 quid dearer than I thought. Right, okay. And those wee things get logged, and then your experience and your skill sets, they just keep developing, don't they? It's fantastic. Now, let's dig into some of those deals and stuff then. Let's get the thing, because I'm going to come back, Leanne, to the point that you've made about the kids and the lifestyle and stuff. That is so important. I'm definitely coming back to that part of the puzzle. But let's jump into some of the nitty-gritties and things, Barry John, with people listening in. Run us through one of the examples of the deals that you're doing at the moment, the kind of projects, maybe only give away what you can, obviously, confidentiality, but, some of the numbers and stuff that you're doing with, how long they'll take, that kind of thing. Where are we these days if we come to 2019?
Right now, we've got one ongoing down. It's a 3-bed mid-terrace.
3-bed mid-terrace, right. Okie dokes.
Sandstone building, the high ceilings with the, the nice cornicing and nice couple of features in it. So,
magic.
What we're doing with that one, we're flipping that one.
Right.
It's a full strip out, right, everything right back.
Is it?
Yeah, so right now we're actually popping down there later on. Just going to check up on things, because the guys have been in all last week and just getting it back to a shell.
Excellent. But protecting those features that you were talking about?
Yeah, we're still keeping the lighting, the cornice around the lights, and the coving, keeping all that, nice banisters up the stairway and stuff. So that's all staying. It's nice characteristics that tie in with the property.
Brilliant.
Obviously the usual new bathroom, kitchen, full decoration and flooring, heating, windows. Not at the back end. It's going to be pretty stunning, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's good now, see, because we can visualise how it's going to be. And a lot of people would walk in and they'll see the current condition when we bought it. They really would run a mile. But when we see it, you just see pound seconds.
Yeah. So you're in that, but you don't have any fear about that, because that's a big chunky project. But your mindset, the way you look at it, the kind of the skills and experience you've built up, that now doesn't scare you, doesn't put you off at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
There's no, it might look a big project to someone on the outside, but it's really not. There's nothing structural involved.
Right.
And there's no rooms getting moved about here to there. It's just
right.
Modernising it. It's one of those properties that's got so much potential in it, but it's not been touched probably for the last 50 years maybe.
Wow. Oh my.
Wallpapered doors.
Yeah.
So this is the one, is it? Oh, you beauty. This is another private joke, listeners. And again, you know something? It's funny, it's great to laugh at, but see, if someone's listening into the show and they've not started in property, they've I've just got my wee cubicle job and I'm thinking about it. Listen to these stories. Listen to the kind of horrors and the fun and the carry on and stuff. So talk to me, Leanne. Wallpaper doors. Seriously?
Yes. And the carpet was actually a mixture of the two different wallpapers. It looked as if it all blended in. One of the rooms, there was 2 doors, and both doors were actually wallpapered. So it was a secret room. It was like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or something. There's 2 sitting rooms, so the other living room had the one door. That was wallpapered as well. But the carpet actually blended in, so it was just like a big shell.
Wow.
It was maybe fashionable in the 70s, I don't know, but
yeah.
It was good. But I mean, as Barry John said, there's absolutely nothing structural about it.
Right.
The potential in it is amazing. It's going to be absolutely stunning.
Yeah, you're really excited about this one. This isn't just a numbers game, this one. You can see it, can't you? You're visually excited about it.
Yeah, definitely.
On this one, we're actually working, we're joint ventured up with someone from Protege.
Oh, fantastic. Brilliant.
We're working well together. And we're hoping to work, obviously, more in the future.
Yeah.
For projects, so...
That's superb to hear. And again, another important skill you've took on and you're running with, collaborating.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So it's going well, and obviously he's leveraging my skills, I'm leveraging his skills, and we've kind of came together on this.
Brilliant. Now, what stuff can you give away, or what stuff do you have to do? Number one, I'm thinking, okay, how did you guys find this? How did you source this? And then number two, at the end of it all, where's our projections, kind of numbers-wise, on profit we expect to see? What can you tell me there?
We found it online.
Brilliant, right, okay.
And it's local to where we live. So I'm driving by this every day almost.
Love it.
It's one a solicitor was selling it. So it's, you yourself, solicitors are a bit more difficult to deal with as opposed to an estate agent.
Yeah.
When it comes to selling, sorry.
Yeah.
So, I actually viewed this property back in August last year.
Right.
Just picked up the keys last Friday.
Wow.
That's how long this has dragged out. We had our offer in, and it worked for us, and we stuck to our guns on it. Because I knew the refurb cost in it.
Yes.
No way we're coming up, and obviously we've ended up being accepted for it. So I said some people would get a bit excited and go higher and higher until they eventually accept, but we knew it worked for us. We knew taking into account all the costs and fees and what we wanted at the back end, and that's we kind of stuck to where we were at.
That's fantastic. There's so much to unpack there again, especially for the novice listeners. So you've just, if you've been listening properly, you've just heard a professional talking there. Number one, he found this gem online. So stop the moaning and the complaining about you can't find stuff and there isn't deals out there and you have to go to auction houses. No. That's not what the professionals do. They've got loads of ways of finding stuff. So there you go. This guy found one online. Number two, it was through, a solicitor, a bit harder to deal with. And that can, psychologically, that can scare a lot of people off. Oh, they're big bad solicitors. I won't be able to get a deal here. No, not at all. That's not the way you operate if you're a professional. And then what else did they do? Stuck to his criteria, never went crazy, never went like an amateur and just, we'll add another $5,000 on. Okay, I'll add another $5,000. No, professional, done the job, took it through, knew exactly what the forecast was going to be, the estimation for the refurb, justified that, showed it to this other professional, and got the deal done. Took time, took persistence. There's the other one you can hear if you are listening properly. I love picking up on all this stuff. It's absolutely brilliant. And come the end, if we get what we're looking for stuff, what can we say about profit? What can we say about numbers we're hoping to achieve in this one?
At the back end, we're looking for a 25k profit on this one.
Fantastic. Brilliant stuff.
And the time scale on the refurb, that's in now. Hopefully the snow doesn't arrive this week.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say the S word. Oh, no.
Hopefully we'll have no issues this week.
Right.
Another 4 or 5 weeks.
Brilliant.
We're really all in about 6 weeks from start to finish.
Right.
Even though it's quite a decent sized house, 3-bed, but there's not a great deal of work to be done. It's just to modernise everything.
Yeah, it's cosmetic stuff. Yeah.
Because I know who's in when, who's doing what. It's fairly easy just to kind of manage the whole project quite smoothly.
That's fantastic. So are these all your own guys on this project? Do you have to go outside to any kind of external trades or whatever for this one?
It's all guys that have worked with me for a number of years now.
Brilliant.
So I know and I trust them. Don't get me wrong, it's been trial and error getting guys over the years. But now I've got them. You wouldn't want to go elsewhere now.
Yeah, you know where you are.
They know how I like to work. I know how they work.
They know how pernickety he is.
Oh, there's a wee dig there. Okay.
Everything's got to be perfect first time, which is good.
That's good. Good to have your standards. Absolutely. That's what's going to add the value. That's what's going to, get us the end price and stuff.
Yeah. So we're hoping at the end of this. I'm saying hoping. I know at the end of this.
You know.
Yeah.
It's a minimum.
We know at the end of it, it's a minimum 25k on this.
That's fantastic.
Wow, at the end.
Brilliant stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
There's keys coming for another one on the 11th of February. We're getting the keys.
Yeah.
Right.
This one we're going to add to our own portfolio.
This is a keeper. Right. Okie dokie. So talk to us about that. If listeners are listening in on that one, what can you tell us about the deal, the property type, the kind of cash flow, etc.? What can you share on that one?
This is one we went to see, and it's a upper cottage, 2-bedroom.
Right.
Ex-local authority. But we managed to secure it for 22,000. But the ones in the street are going for 55.
Wow.
It does need a bit of work done, but you're maybe talking 8,000.
About 8,000 refurb, but then it's 6 in a block, this one, and the council are doing the roofs, so we've got to then put in our share. And the council want to do the roof, they wouldn't let it be subcontracted out. When the council like to inflate things. So all in, 22 purchase, 13 grand refurb, and then that 6 months' time, the plan is put it on a mortgage, pull every penny back out.
Take it all back out, yep.
And then go shopping again.
Then go shopping. Hopefully for property. Let's not blow the cash. No, that's fantastic. And again, listeners listening in, all right, so you don't need to, I've just heard you have to save up a deposit, get property, and then you have to save up all over again. No, listen to these professionals. And again, they're picking up one of the many strategies PMW have touched upon, where you get that money back out. How much money is left in the deal? Okay, let's remortgage after a certain point, and they're adding it to the portfolio. So different streams, different exit strategies, and that's what you can achieve. That's what this fantastic couple's doing. All sorts of things. What's the kind of cash flow sitting on that one? Once
they put it onto the mortgage, it'll still cash flow 260.
Right, even after the remortgage and getting your money out, that's fantastic.
Leanne spoke to the council already about taking on a long-term lease from us, which would be great.
It's an area that the council struggle for the properties.
Is it?
Yeah, it's an area once people move in, it's a family area, so they don't want to move back out. So the best thing was to give them a call, and once it's all done up, they'll come and have a look and make sure it's what. But it'll be to a decent standard anyway. So it's looking good for that one.
It was actually quite funny, that one, because when we went to view it, it was teeming in this day.
Right. Now, let's translate that. Remember, we've got listeners all over the UK. We've got overseas investors. What on earth is this property term? It was teeming down.
Heavy rain.
Heavy rain. There you are, listeners. Right, good man. So it's teeming down. Go for it.
And we'd opened the cupboard at the top of the stairs.
Right.
It was just pouring through.
Oh, no.
That's, again, people were running a mile from that.
Correct.
But again, everybody will see water running through. All I saw was pound signs coming.
It's just a flow of money.
That was all I saw. So, again, it's nothing major to fix.
Yeah.
It'll be fixed, and as part of the refurb. So that's a great little project, and for the value of it, it's a no-brainer, really.
Yeah, exactly. This is great. Again, so many wee gold nuggets. You see, you two, you just give them away. Just aye, we did this and that. But for the listeners, listening into those stories, trying to understand their own learnings and education they have to take on, wallpaper doors and, oh God, floods coming out of cupboards. There's all these horror stories there, but they're in amongst those gems, and it's how you face them, it's how you analyse them, you take the emotion out of it. Is it still a deal? Is that a problem I can fix, etc., etc.? It's tremendous. And then if I go back to what Leanne was talking about there, you've just heard what we like to call a goldmine area expert. A local expert that knows her property market inside out. She knows that those property types are in demand, that the council are desperate for them. And then as a professional, she then tries to make a connection, a networking connection. Okay, we can maybe do something here. We can maybe take this forward, long-term lease, this kind of stuff. It's fantastic to hear. And these are all the ins and outs that you can do if you do want to get involved in this game, Now, Barry John, I'm going to jump to you to see if there's any other projects you want to chat about. Before I do that, Leanne, I'm going to come back to you. 25 grand profits. Oh, you beauty, rubbing your hands listening into this podcast, 6 weeks turnaround, dead easy, just cosmetic, rip it out. Oh, this sounds fantastic. But another important thing, and you mentioned the word luxury, you know, the story of the mum who's away on a school trip with her daughter. That's fantastic. Is this the other part of it, the kind of very hard to put a price tag on it, that you can get out of this business, out of this lifestyle?
Yeah, definitely. It's always, I go on quite a lot of the school trips just now with the kids. I've still got 2 at primary school. So it's good being able to go. This is parts of their life I'm never ever going to get back.
Yeah.
So being able to go and see them having fun with their friends while they're in a learning environment, it's not something you get to see every day.
Nah.
So it is very good, and getting to know the teacher and knowing what she's like outside of parents' evening.
Yeah.
It is brilliant. It's just her face as well when you tell her mum's coming on a school trip with you. She loves it. She is a mummy's girl, so for her to know that I'm coming, it's great. It's even when they're maybe not feeling very well and having to take a day off school.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about childcare or losing a day's wage. You can be working from home. It's the ideal situation.
Yeah.
It is scary to start with, but I would recommend it to anybody. It's definitely worth it, Richard.
Yeah. That's brilliant. I really wanted to touch upon that because, you know, there's so many people listening in with that, and if you think of the Leann who might still be in her insurance job, she's not going on that trip. She's not seen her daughter there. You know, she's still the same woman working hard. She still loves her daughter just as much, but this job is giving her a luxury that she just couldn't get back in the insurance job, you know, and it's a massive important part of the puzzle. And whether it's a kids thing, whether you're a family person listening in and you would look, oh, that sounds absolutely brilliant, that sounds great, or whether you're just young, or whether you've got no kids, you just want more time for yourself, whatever it is, you know, more time for your hobby, more time to get out and about, more time to make money for yourself. That luxury of being able to move your calendar about is just, it's priceless. It's absolutely priceless. Brilliant stuff. Right, Barry John, back to your good self. Any other wee projects and things, whether that's ones in the past you've completed, or ones you've got lined up, ones you're doing just now, whatever you want to kind of touch upon.
Over last year, we the one where we'd done the full refurb on it. It was for a buy to let, and again, this place needed a full rip out. So we did all that, and we gave someone a brand new home practically to move into.
Lovely.
A big fancy home. It was like a 4 in a block, and everything was immaculate for them. After 6 months, they've just got up in midnight flit.
Oh, here's the horror stories.
They left a little bit of damage to it, nothing major compared to. Everybody's heard horror stories about tenants trashing properties and what have you. It wasn't quite as bad as that, but still, it was a £1,500 worth of damages. After 6 months ago, it was all brand new.
Yeah,
so
that's hard to take.
That one we just decided was going to freshen it up and put it on to sell it. So it's actually still online just now to be sold.
Right.
We're going to sell that, just pull out some funds and move on to the next one.
Right, use that.
Yeah, but over the past sort of 2 years, we've been adding more stuff to our own portfolio, just buy to lets, which is fine. They all cash flow really well. But now, kind of this year moving forward, our main focus is flips. Over this coming year, we're really focusing on the flips now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Can you see that continuing? Is that the kind of you grabbing that part of the market just now because you can see it's a strategy that's working and you want to use it
for the foreseeable? Yeah. For the foreseeable, that's what we're really. To say the next 12 months, we're really going to go strong on this on the flip side. We're happy with what we've got in terms of buying and holding, but moving forward for this next 12 months, it's just flips we're after.
We are waiting to pick the keys up in another one, which we're not too sure yet whether we're going to flip it or let it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good one. The rental market will be good on it, and it's a named terrace, so there is a lot of potential in it.
Right.
But we're just once we get the keys, we're still going through everything that is ours. It's all secured.
Right. Good now that we know we've got 2 exits there.
Yes, exactly. You've got options.
That's 20 years ago. I don't even know what exit was. Now we've got the 2 exits there. We can let it out. we can refinance it after like the 6 months, or we could just sell it on.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a couple of options there for what we do with it. So
that is brilliant.
The keys for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another one we're just talking about. We've actually secured it, but we're going through the pre-app for planning. We're hoping to plan to knock down a house and build 2. Plot.
Right, interesting. Is that something you've ever tackled before?
We've not done one before, no.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Just with the knowledge now, it's
with what we know, it's not a great deal more detail involved in it. Sure, there's a bit more in it, but nothing that's scary. Nobody
exactly. Aye, it's an exciting thing. It's a beauty, a novelty, something different we're trying. I like that.
Yeah, we're talking to the local council and an architect on it at the moment, and it's really just kind of getting the initial feelers from it. So yeah, fingers crossed, everything goes to plan, and that'll be a great project if it comes off.
That's fantastic. Oh, I hope to follow that wee journey. That's brilliant stuff.
We have had a few. We have had our fair share of knockbacks as well, which makes us more determined to go and get the next one. Obviously, a lot of things are going to closing dates now.
Yes, you're finding that yourself.
Always picked at the post, but you just pick yourself up, brush yourself down, and move on to the next one. Don't let it dishearten you at all.
It's quite frustrating, isn't it?
It is, but there's always something else round the corner. What's for you won't go by you, so it's definitely happened for a reason.
Mm-hmm. There's a brilliant way of looking at it, and I think if the listeners are listening properly, they should be picking up on this stuff. You know, that's the mindset of this couple, how they're approaching things. You know, one problem with a tenant who did a midnight suddenly becomes an opportunity. Oh, we're going to cash in this one. Actually, we're going to fix it up, sell it on, and use it as new capital that we never even thought about for the other stuff that we're doing. Brilliant. Okay, we missed out on this one that's went to a closing date. It's okay, there's another one coming along soon. Facing new challenges, trying new different things. This is a tear down, we're going to build up 2 brand new ones. Going for it, trying these things, and it's absolutely brilliant. I love that part of it, and I love that you're telling the truth. You're telling both sides of it. We're going to make 25 grand minimum of this. Oh, yeah, this one was a complete disaster, and it was falling to bits. We did do such and such, and we missed out left, right, and centre. It's quite a roller coaster, isn't it? Being in this game,
but you've got to take the lows with the highs.
Yes,
highs. Nobody's going to have positives all the time. There's no way that's going to happen.
It's just not life.
It is a learning curve. You can only learn by your mistakes and learn by your knockbacks. It's not a bad thing. It all happens for a reason. Just move on to the next one. There is plenty more out there.
It is definitely an emotional roller coaster, isn't it? Because I know we spoke before. We told you one we had secured up in Bearsden.
Yes,
we were going to turn this one into like a super home. This was going to be immaculate. But after we'd secured it, we went away and done a whole load of digging and speaking to kind of local estate agents. And see, by the time we put everything together, the information that we got from the first estate agent, it wasn't adding up to anything else that we found.
Right.
And we had to pull the plug on it. So I remember it well. We'd been coming back and forward with this estate agent all day on the Friday. And eventually at 4 o'clock, they accepted the offer. And the two of us were so excited, really ecstatic about it. See, over the next sort of week to 10 days, we really get into the nitty-gritty digging, make sure we know how much this is going to cost, right down almost to the penny. It just wasn't going to add up. It wasn't stacking up, and we had to pull out of it. And so you went from up here to be so deflated right afterwards.
Of course.
In hindsight, I'm so glad we did that. So yeah, it just shows you you need to do your homework on things, which we do.
Yeah, exactly. That due diligence, getting the numbers right, taking the emotion out. But I mean, see, I'm glibly saying taking the emotion out. All I mean is take the emotion out of the numbers, take the emotion out of the due diligence, which is what you did. You know, you analysed it coldly and realised eventually that's not stacking up. But the emotion is always there in some way, and you've said it yourself. You described it perfectly. That high elation, and then boom, crash down. Oh God, we had to walk away for this one. Even if you can say no, it's the right reason. Even if you say that, it's still hard and it's still an emotional roller coaster. Good on you. Good on you for covering that part of the puzzle. Brilliant stuff. So tell me, Leanne, if we can imagine, I've put headphones on, Barry John. You can't listen now. This is Mr. and Mrs. There's an important part here. I'm kind of walking around it in eggshells. It's a married couple in this business. There was a guy doing it, and the wife got to a point where she was helping out with some of the admin, but now they're full on together, full on business partners. How has that part of the puzzle worked, Mrs. Corr? Has it led to a closer bond? Has there been increased tension in the house when it comes between family and business? How's all that evolved for you?
I would say it's definitely brought us closer together.
Yeah.
Definitely, because I can see now where he's coming from, and I'm finding deals phoning him, and he's laughing here. I don't know what he's laughing at.
I thought you would be something to talk about.
Something to talk about.
I was going to say that, but I was trying to be nice. Silence all the time now. So it's definitely, it is great. It's great, and you can go and speak to people together.
Yeah. Which
I think a lot of the time, if someone comes to us, I need to run it past my wife. Why?
Right.
Do you know, it's that's fine, but come to us together and we'll speak together, because we'll go to people and tell them what we do, and then they're only going back with part of the puzzle to the other half. So I think when it's both of us maybe going to speak to another couple, whether it be business partners or life partners, whatever, I think the two of us going together does definitely help.
Right.
Barry John might say something I would forget, and vice versa. Again, it's just working that way. We bounce off each other, and it's for the better, definitely. I would say it's been easier, the two of us doing it together.
I think people want to work with us as well, see, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. We're real people, and we have real life experiences we do, and because of that, I think people get attracted to us and want to work with us. And as I said, our capital fund, it's going up and up all the time, because we are quite busy on social media as well. Yes. So people are watching what we're doing, and they'll get in touch, and because we're, because we're real people. Yeah. They see the ups, the downs. Yeah. They see projects, what we're doing, they want to get involved, they want to hear more. And people are, if it references there as well, people are telling, well, they're this and that, they're great, blah, blah, blah. Because of that, it's allowed our capital fund to keep growing as well. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. At a much faster rate. Exactly, that's right. It's accelerating everything that you're doing, your plans, your expansion, your growth, new projects, joint ventures that you spoke about, all this kind of stuff. Yeah. It's exciting times. Great stuff. Absolutely brilliant. And remember, folks, you can hook up with these people. You can connect to those social profiles that Barry John's talking about by just going to the show notes page, and you'll see their updates. You'll see what they're doing, what projects they're involved in, and it may well be you can reach out to them and see about some deals, see about working together, or maybe even ask their opinion on something, because they're a couple that's doing stuff. They're a right power team that's heavily involved in this game, and they're just going great guns. It's just tremendous to see. Absolutely brilliant. And from your side, Barry John, with Leanne coming on, is that, it's obviously helped you, it's obviously benefited the business, but on a personal level, you maybe I'm unfair looking outside, but you've been carrying it along yourself for a long time. That's a lot of pressure, it's a lot of tension. I've got to make this work, okay, the next one. Have you felt a benefit there, that there's someone else that I can really talk to, and she'll understand how this part of it is critical, why I'm kind of worried about ticking that box, and someone I can bounce ideas off of, that kind of, are you finding that benefit? 100%, yeah. There's certain things that Leanne can do that I can't, and vice versa. So by working together, it's allowed us to keep going at a much quicker pace. Yeah. It takes the workload off of my shoulders, and we can share the workload. And yeah, as I say, Leanne's better at certain things than I am, and vice versa. So 100% been beneficial for us, yeah.
Fantastic. Now listen, want to be respectful of these people's time, wrap us up, but if I say to you the low point and the high point, if you to go back over your things, what's been the biggest challenge you've faced and the biggest yes that you've encountered, the result, whatever, where do your minds go when I say those things? Leanne, for yourself, what's been the biggest challenge you would say?
My biggest challenge has been going out and speaking to people. To go and tell people what we're doing without thinking, how are they going to judge me?
Really? Okay.
Because obviously I've got a big circle of friends. None of them really ask any questions. I want to know anything.
Right.
And it's again changing your whole mindset.
Do
what you want to do, which is better for your family and your kids.
Yeah.
100%. And the biggest high is getting my first offer accepted that I've done on my own.
Oh, brilliant, yeah. Is that something you're going to remember vividly for a long time?
My first deal and getting it below what our budget was. And getting it below what we had agreed on. And just thinking, right, well, I won't budge for a couple of days. I think it took about 2 hours for them to come back and say yeah. So I was proud of myself for that one. Just going ahead and doing it all myself.
Yeah, exactly.
The best. You don't forget your first deal. You don't forget it.
So true. That's fantastic. And what about yourself, sir? Where would that take you from the kind of the biggest challenge to the biggest result?
I think the biggest challenge is definitely picking yourself up every kind of knockdown you get. Not just kind of. I know a lot of people would certainly probably pack it in and just say, I'm going back to my job. But I've always been quite determined no matter what I've done. And yeah, it's just picking yourself up and keep going, keep looking, keep trying to find that next deal rather than just, I can earn money better going doing that job there. I'm really focused and determined on what we're doing now. And as I say, this year we've got plans in place for the next 12 months, focusing on our flips and obviously that new build that we're looking at as well. So if that comes off, that'll be the biggest. That's
going to be your biggest one. You've got a future one lined up already. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Every single deal we get, you're never going to lose that wee buzz, won't you?
Yeah.
Even the small deal, even the one Leanne's talking about, 22 grand.
Yep.
You get a lift from it. So it doesn't matter. Every win, small or big, you do get a reaction to it.
Yeah. No, that's a brilliant insight. It's so true. Yeah, the numbers are there. Of course they are. But we're in business, we're in property. We'll always check the numbers. But no, you're right. There's something about it with the journey and the beating a challenge or doing something yourself, as Leanne says, getting that next thing, trying a new project, a novelty thing. Every single tick box that you can do along the way is going to help that journey. Absolutely tremendous. I am positive the listeners have loved this, loved listening in, because it's a tremendous story. You're doing brilliant. It's always great to see in life someone, getting together and doing well, even facing all the challenges and ups and downs and ins and outs. So I thank you very much for helping, for sharing your story with other people that might be interested. And if you do want to hook up with these lovely people, check out the show note pages and make sure you connect. But Leanne, Barry John, for your time today, thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Hi folks, it's Richard here again. I really hope that you enjoyed today's show. Now listen, I've got 2 links to help support you on your property journey, and I want you to write these down when it's safe to do so. You might be driving in your car just now listening to the podcast, and that's fine, but please make sure that you get back to this and write down these links. Okay, are you ready? Got your pen in hand? So the first one, thisweekinproperty.com. Now that's the website for this podcast. On there, make sure you subscribe to the podcast so that you don't miss out. What you can also do on there is catch up on tons and tons of past episodes. There are hours and hours of property related content and some amazing guests with some fantastic insights to help you on your property journey. So that is thisweekinproperty.com. Okay, next link, propertyprotege.com. Now let me spell that one out for you. PROPERTY PROTEGE. That's propertyprotege.com. Now what's it all about? Well, the Property Protege Intensive is designed to give you the lift that you need into the world of property. And if you've already started, if you've already got some experience, then this can help you accelerate your progress even further. The experiences that people have had at Protege and the success that they've achieved afterwards has been life-changing for many people. So go there right now if you're serious about property and if you want to build a highly successful property business. That's propertyprotege.com. So there you go. That's 2 links to some fantastic resources that are going to help you. And listen, talking about help, can you help me to help other people? You see, the more that we can share this podcast, then more people can learn from the fantastic guests that I've been so lucky to talk to. How can you help? Well, it's very simple and very quick. Just a short review on iTunes is going to help make that happen. If you go to thisweekinproperty.com/iTunes, that will guide you to the very place that you will be able to help other people. So thank you. Thanks for doing that, and thanks for listening into the show. And I look forward to bringing another great guest to you in the next show.